and gentlemen, you are listening to Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get it on!
Come into the ring, step into the fire, see what you want, baby. If your heart has desire, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, down. Dangerous Podcast, Deathmatch Russell 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 Podcast.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. And my guest at this time, the Natty Daddy. How are you, my friend?
Hey, I'm living the dream. How are you?
It's not beer, but it's Starbucks right now. Because I got to work tomorrow.
Hey, whatever gets you through. Whatever gets you through.
Caffeine, all right? Caffeine, alcohol, you know how it is.
Hey, I feel it.
So anyway, man, how you doing? Pretty good?
Good as always, man.
Yeah. It's we're expecting a big snowstorm this weekend, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
on
Not
Saturday.
excited about.
No, not me. I might just have to have a couple cold ones and, a case in my refrigerator to stock up for the weekend, I think that's
Exactly. Everybody else goes for the bread and eggs. I just go for the couple extra cases.
Absolutely. You gotta, and plus, hey, what better way than to be on a, watch wrestling, go on IWTV or just watch any kind of wrestling, or if you're not on a show, if you're on a you know what I mean? If you're booked this weekend, are you booked this weekend?
I don't think I have anything this weekend. I got next weekend's my big weekend. Semi-local. Everything's around Indy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun one.
Oh, we'll talk about that later. We'll plug that.
Exactly.
We'll plug the hell out. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, you've been to a couple of Game Changer shows. I've been seeing your little presence known. That's good to see you on the scene. And the way that you just come in there and do your thing and have fun and just get in there. It's interaction,
Exactly. I'm here to entertain.
Yeah, and if you can't entertain, then what are you going to do, right? Be one of those guys in the back, behind the curtain looking in, right?
Of course.
But what got you into
Hung
wrestling?
out. What got me into wrestling? No, you're good. You're good. Yeah. So obviously, if it's not completely transparent, Stone Cold was a big factor in my life growing up. But I think the biggest aspect that got me in, John Cena, dude. He's by far right there. John Cena captivated me. WrestleMania 20, I'm pretty sure, was the first WrestleMania that I got to see in normal time. My dad brought home the stolen VHS that was recorded when someone else bought the pay-per-view. He brought it home for me, and I got to watch
the old bootleg. Nice, the old bootleg.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was Cena versus Big Show. And I think that being like the first match on the card is what really drove it in for me. And growing up, everyone always said, "Hey man, you'll grow out of it. You'll get out of liking wrestling." The thing they all say.
But then as you get older, you go and then you go to your first independent show. You're like, this is cool. Okay, I'm going to hang out with my friends and my dad or my family. People that have never seen a show or because we're all excited as kids. We're just excited for that moment. And do you remember the first event you ever attended, or house show or wrestling show?
A couple different ones. I completely forgot that I went to these as a kid. But Ring of Honor used to come to Collinsville, Illinois, and I went to some of those shows, and they just, through the CTE and the stupid things I've done with my brain, I just forgot about them until my family was like, "Yeah, you remember we went to those?" And I was like, "Oh shit, we did."
Damn, yeah. it's like growing up. It's like me, yeah. I was around. I got to see McFoley at a young age. Come on, throwing it around with Doug Gilbert. Come on, like it's crazy.
Right. They're talking about, Red Dragons were on one of the shows. I can't remember the exact cards, obviously. I think one of them might have had Nigel versus Brian. And like, as a young kid, like these were just random dudes wrestling. This is cool. But
and that's like
looking back now.
That's like me looking back and going to Ring of Honor and actually being there present at the Hammerstein Ballroom for a couple of those moments of their careers launching high, when it was really Ring of Honor, like the peak of the peak of the Briscoes, the peak of Kevin Steen and El Generico, and Bryan Danielson, of course,
Yeah, whatever happened to El Generico?
I don't know.
Didn't he go down to like Mexico or something for a panda orphanage?
Yeah, he did. And then he
became somebody else. I'm glad he's a philanthropist.
Then he became some guy on TV now, Sami Zayn's character. Somebody, weird. But he still has the voice, though.
Hold on, time out, pause. You trying to tell me Sami Zayn was El Generico?
You never do that?
Since when?
You never knew that.
You're breaking my mind right now.
Am I?
I thought El Generico just retired.
No.
You're ruining Christmas for me, man.
Oh, sorry. That's it. Sorry.
Now you're gonna tell me. You're gonna try and tell me Quick Carter Gray didn't actually retire.
Maybe I retired.
I'd retire after every single one of my matches. I started leaving my boots in the ring just in case.
Yeah. No, but you go back and you look at El Generico's career, as a PWG star as well, like Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, You're like, wow. Moments like that, it's like that place like that's where you want to be, Right. That's the we've seen a couple of our friends go big there. Alex Zane, Tony,
yep,
Leo, who
Blake.
Else? Yeah, Blake. It's crazy.
Got the whole shebang there. Killing it over there.
I know. But as far as you're killing it too. You're no big superstar name in the world of wrestling. It's okay. You're just one of those guys working your way up to the top. That's where you want to be.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just having fun with it. Whatever happens. I put my all into it, and we'll see.
Yeah, plenty of stuff coming. The Game Changers are coming back. Back to Atlantic City, Dallas. They're coming all over the place now. They're doing their run again. It's
exactly
full circle. It's the full circle again.
And the perk of being out of the Midwest, I can make any drive pretty easily. So Atlantic City's only about 12 hours. Us Midwesterners are like, if it's under 12, that's a drive. If it's over 12, it's still a drive. We'll just complain a little. If it's over 20, we'll think about a flight.
Yeah. I've done the 12 hours before. Trust me, I've done that to Chicago. The very first time Game Changer came, I was the extra helper. I had to help because we didn't have a big crowd back then for the freelance. The very first GCW freelance crew. Yeah. It was pretty fun. So I got to run the doors around the ringside for Marcus when he jumped off the top of that little structure, on the rooftop there. So shout out to
it's a crazy world we live in.
Crazy world we live in, and the crazy wrestlers that we have around us, and we're always intertwined together. But let me ask you this. What's your training? How'd you get involved with going to a wrestling school and all?
Yeah. So I had a very long, extended process trying to get into wrestling. As big as it is now, it's such a niche world that until you are in it, no one knows anything about it.
Who's this guy? Moore. Big celebrity right there. Big guy, big celebrity. Yeah.
But until you actually get in wrestling, it's almost so hard to discover. I spent about a year searching for wrestling schools near Indianapolis, Indiana, and I could not find anywhere that wasn't more than 2 hours away. And at the time, wasn't about the drives. So I didn't want to drive 2 hours 3 times a week for training. And there's people who do that. All the props to them. Just wasn't for me at the time. Finally found School of Rock. Sent them a message online. Got hit up. Yeah, we shut down last year. We're not training people anymore. Well, shit. All right. Hit up. There was a random BZW dojo that opened up in Indiana, like an hour away from Indianapolis. Hit them up. Yeah, we shut down too. Sorry about you, kid. So I finally was like, I guess this wrestling thing isn't for me. And I'm just scrolling through Instagram one day, and random like indie wrestling hashtag popped up, but it wasn't spelt like the traditional indie wrestling. And I came across a place called WCWO, ran by the Dangerous Bull Don Basher and his family. Got trained there along with a bunch of other people on the scene for a little bit. And then the roads really helped a lot, and riding with really good people. Training obviously gets you the basics, but you don't understand wrestling until you get in cars and you wrestle. The only way to learn is to continuously wrestle, I think. And I could be wrong. Wrestling's like a buffet.
Yep. And you take your first bump, you're like, wow, okay, this is scary. Okay. But I got to go through it. I have to do this now.
Exactly. I took that, and I had a very gymnastic-y background. So I originally was a very flippy floppy boy and did really cool flips and shit. But then I realized I didn't have to do that.
No.
So I just don't. So if you ever see me whip out a 450 or a standing corkscrew moonsault, just know it's got real serious, because I'll pull it out when I have to, but I really don't want to.
No. You'll just do a dive over the top rope. That's it, or something.
Exactly. It's a lot easier to drink beer and hit a stunner and chant with the crowd.
Exactly. Yeah. And land on somebody in the crowd as well. What's the let me ask you this. What's the scariest, or what's the worst experience with a heckler in the crowd? Ooh, or funniest moment in the crowd, like some old people or just somebody that really got under your skin?
I don't think, luckily, for the most part, I haven't really had any. I think for the most part, I'm pretty quick-witted. So when people hit me with stuff, I think I can come back pretty quick. The scariest moment.
Like grandma's saying, "Fuck you pieces of crap," just you just want to
exactly. And I just look her in the face, and
flip the bird.
She can be flipping me off. She can say, "Fuck you." I'll look her back and say, "You wish you would." I wouldn't touch you with the 10-foot poles. Now give me my beer, so then I'll contemplate it. Think about it.
Yeah, not like what Matt Cardona did. To my friend, shout out to him. Mittens. Shout out to, that was funny.
Classic.
I can't. That just made. Did you see that? That just made TMZ.
When he hit the Bruta mist.
Yes, that made TMZ already. I had a feeling that would.
Probably
Mojo or somebody, his ex-partner, came on a pot, on and TMZ. I'm like, oh, great.
Right. Hey, he's got to get out there. He's got to make a name.
No, he really, Matt Cardona, come on. Everybody, we all bash on him all we want. He's still a wrestler, and he's doing his job,
Exactly.
I mean,
we're here for reactions.
Exactly. That's like Jeff Jarrett, when he came out to Effie and did his thing, to prove him, Because
I think the scariest moments overall are when the crowd doesn't react or doesn't say anything. So probably to answer your question is when the off chance. I wrestled a show where they weren't wrestling fans. They were there. They were bodies in seats, and they didn't care about interaction. They didn't care about what was going on in the ring. They were just sitting there with their hands under their butts.
Yeah.
And you like, just don't know what to do. You just kind of, you try and change it up and try and see if, do you guys like this instead? Do I need to break my arm? Will you guys cheer then? Do I need to just toss you a beer? Will that loosen you up some? So that's definitely the scariest.
Yeah. Right. What's the shindiest wrestling promotion you ever been to? Like crappy, like really like run down. Like
you're really
there's so much.
You're trying to get me heat, man. You're trying to get me heat.
The heat is on. Come on.
I won't name names.
No.
But there's a.
I can tell a story about the time that Brad Cash actually went to a place and it was like KKK members running around with pitchforks.
I haven't had it that bad, but I've been on. I've been on shows where there's about 7 people in the crowd.
Yeah.
I've been on shows that are in the middle of random
fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds. I've been in random youth outreach programs that I wasn't told ahead of time. Because I don't think I'm the best for a youth outreach program. Unless, so. There's certain ones I might be, but for the most part, I'm not. I've been booked for church shows. There's a lot of feds that I don't belong in that I wonder if they've ever watched a single one of my matches before hitting me up. Because especially those companies were the ones that reached out to me, not me reaching out to them. And I question.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And they look at me after the match. They're like, "Hey, if we bring you back, will you tone down the beer? Like, can you just not drink beer?" And I was like, "I mean, I can, but I have to charge you double my rate." Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. You're gonna order me cases of beer? Come on.
Exactly.
I need a couple kegs.
I'll do whatever you want if you pay me more. That's the rule.
Yeah. But
learn that one from Effie.
Yes. Now you've been to a couple of Game Changer shows on the East Coast already. Haven't you?
I was on. It wasn't technically Game Changer. It was JCW.
Yes. Yep. The affiliate program. Yep.
Yes.
And what was that like for you to come and to see? A different atmosphere.
It was cool. Yeah, it's a great atmosphere out there. I enjoyed it. I was in a big 4-on-4 match. It was when they were doing the Survivor Series-esque style.
That was
super
great.
exciting.
That was really cool how they did that. That was pretty neat.
Obviously, overall outcomes weren't in my direction, but they put my team up against Josh Bishop, and I think anybody goes up against Josh Bishop, they're in for potential murder. That man, he hurt me a little bit, but then he also beat up his own team. So I think he had Nasty Leroy and Dilf and some other people, and he just destroyed his own team while he was at it. So I think hopefully I did well enough that
Oh, hello, Everett Lee. Shout out to my friend Everett Lee from the Everett Lee podcast.
What up?
He likes to pop in these random podcasts as well. If you want to join, he's more than welcome to join us.
Hell yeah.
Everett, are you free? I love doing this. I pull him in. Let me see. I want to see if he wants to come and join us. He loves coming and chatting. I'll see if he's going to say, "What, you nuts?" I'll send him an invite. Why not? The more the merrier. Sometimes it's fun to just jump right into conversations with people,
Yeah, just random Q&As.
That would help if I do this, close this. So anyway, what do you think about like John Cena's? Of course, his movie career wasn't the greatest, but I think it was still good.
Number one, if we go back in the day, The Marine.
Okay. Yes.
Chef's kiss. Quality film. Yeah. May have been a B-list film, but high quality. Right. I actually just started watching the Peacemaker TV series that he just rolled out.
Yeah.
Just getting to watch him dance. And he's flexing that ham candle of his in a lot of those scenes. I'm just saying.
Oh, yeah. He's the reverse of The Rock, almost.
Yeah, but he's smart, man. He took what he had in wrestling and he's using it to his advantage in his post-wrestling career.
Yeah. Yeah, he always brings it to you,
Exactly.
I mean, it's like, yeah. But you looked at his. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I think he spent the good amount of time in wrestling, whereas The Rock, how long was his career? 8-9 years. Cena spent what 16, 17, and then went. So he's known more as the wrestler than the actor, whereas The Rock has spent probably 12 to 15 plus years in acting. So that's why everybody sees him as the actor, not the wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why is this not working today? Everything's not working for me. Oh, here he is. Okay. Come on in, Everett. Join the chat conversation. I like pulling people in. He's going to probably pickle your mind.
Cool. That's what I'm here for.
Exactly. And he'll go right into it with you. He'll be like, wow, come on, Everett. So what do you think your favorite moment was in your career? Your favorite moment?
I got to wrestle Jonathan Gresham. That was really cool.
Look at that, another guy from Ring of Honor.
Right. This podcast is just going to be me just doing a ton of name drops because that's all that I know how to do. That's what all my podcasts consist of is just me name dropping super cool people.
Okay, he's not joining us. All right, never mind.
Okay. But wrestling Jonathan Gresham was really cool. Super cool dude. Great competitor, obviously. Great mind for wrestling. One of the greatest outside of the ring experiences. Got to spend a large amount of hours in the car with Rich Swann, driving, him to a show or from a show in between shows was super awesome and created a friendship that, a young me would have never expected. Gave me the life advice of if you pop the boys, you'll pop the fans. And I still live by that today. So that's super cool. And then obviously the life advice of Fandango or Dirty Dango, if you prefer. If you can't draw money, draw funny. And I also live by that.
That's a good one. That's good. Yeah, Jonathan Gresham, man. I'll tell you what. I've seen him through his career at Combat Zone. And he can go with the best, like he has, and till this day he still goes to best. We see it every time. Like he just took on Blake Christian. That was a good match. That was fantastic couple matches they've already had together.
Yeah, I think best of the best, like 2013 maybe. I think he was in that one, did extremely well, like just phenomenal wrestler. And if you think about it, 2013 is what, almost 10 years ago now, and he was insanely good then. And the fact that he's just grown as a competitor and
him and his female as well, his female wife as well, Jody Gray, Grace.
Jordan Grace, insanely good wrestler. Both of them super great. I have less interactions with her, but still the couple that I've had, super awesome, super cool people.
I remember always going to the Ring of CZW shows, and we always had this thing where I always sat front row, and the security guard would be sitting there, so he would run. I'd always say, "Hey, get this guy in the corner. Come on, get the security guy," and he would, just like to get the crowd interaction. The kick of the crowd. I don't know if he's done it to Layla Hirsch, because I know she was a security guard at the time, before she was big name,
Right.
But yeah, shout out to her. She actually just this past week we had a good dark match with another person that we know, Janakai.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out to her and her, both of them. Yeah.
Probably about 3-4 years ago, I did a CZW dojo match. I don't remember much of it. Drinking heavy. It was me and one of my fellow Lost Boys, Chase Holiday. We were there for when was WrestleMania in Jersey? That's when we were out that way.
Oh God, that was
3-ish years ago, probably. Maybe 4.
Yeah,
but it was fun. So we went out there, and obviously we went to go see the Statue of Liberty, because what else do you do when you're in Jersey? We were on the ass end though, so it's okay.
Right. Yeah, just gotta explore and have fun. It's like when you go to Atlantic City, what else do you do? drink beer or go to a casino.
I'm just here for the coin pushers. You get me in one of those quarter pushers, I'll blow $200-$300 in that bad boy, unless I'm winning money.
Yeah, but now we got that arcade across from us, so it's okay. I can chill that arcade all day. I don't care. You know, why not be a kid again, right? That's what
exactly.
What do you think the Jersey Shore's known for? Arcades, and actually, that's what I'm close to. Actually, is like 15 minutes from the famous Seaside Heights Boardwalk and Point Pleasant Beach Boardwalk, and I'm like 20, and I'm 30 minutes where Joey is in Asbury.
Nice.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's pretty funny. Like I could just go and see Joey anytime, but I don't want to bother because I see him and I hand him a beer to show. I'm sure you've seen that,
right?
I'm known for that. I don't care. I'll just hook up a wrestler every time. Here you go. They're in the ring. Here you go, guys. And I'll even do that to you. So there you go. Next time I see you, come down here. I don't think I'll be in. Oh, guess what, ladies and gentlemen, Everett Lee, how are you?
I'm in pain.
You're yeah, he's
I'm in pain.
Oh, sorry, Everett. How do I get rid of this crap? Let me see. Go ahead. This is Everett Lee. This is Natty Daddy. Talk away, Everett.
How's it going?
Hey, I'm living the dream.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm in pain. I'm laid up. I have a
kicked him out already, man. You really just hit him with the super.
I did. It's the pain.
You said, "Hey, man, you're in Spain without the S. You're out of here."
He did that to himself. He's going to jump onto his system. Watch. Yeah. Oh man, he had a hernia. I know he's
Those
not.
will get you.
I know. But anyway, getting back to what were you saying? Oh, video. Video machines. Yeah, that's right. We're talking about the stupid arcades and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Arcades are sweet though. They're exciting. We got a couple arcade bars in Indy. Makes my life great. I get to drink and play video games.
Now, see, I'm not. Okay, yeah. He's going to jump on it. I figured he would. He's going to jump on his PC. He's going to come back and join us the better way instead of sitting in a bed, laying down. Yeah.
You making this man be in pain just to ask random questions.
He's more fun than I am also, but yeah. Oh yeah, his phone can't handle this technology. but growing up, were you playing? I mean, big on video game playing. I was not into the newer PS stuff, and I'm not.
I was pretty big into video games. Obviously, I started out all the way back in like NES. My babysitter growing up had a SNES. So a lot of Donkey Kong Country and that kind of thing. I had a Nintendo 64 with NWO versus WCW Revenge. Always played as Sting because he'd start out with the baseball bat.
I'll tell you a story I have. I worked for the township, right? I'm a garbage kid. Okay, 1 year I had a job as a parks guy. I was working on parks one time. I go look in this one garbage can. There's this Sonic system, full system. Guess what game was on top? Guess what game was on top? In your house. In your house. So yes, and it worked. I was like,
nice.
This is all. That's a score.
That's great. And then I went to like Xbox, PS2. Played a lot of those. SmackDown versus Raw, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
And then obviously Xbox 360. I have an Xbox Series X. Still do some gaming here and there when I have some time. Super excited for 2K22 just because they brought back my GM mode. And I've always been a sucker for my GM mode. Hand me the book.
Yeah. Right.
If I can't wrestle, just let me draw up a card and let me be the Booker man. I don't want to spend my money because money, and wrestling's a money pit. But give me someone else's money. I'll run some mean shows.
Oh man, that's right. Gaming, man. I'll tell you what. Through the years, it's just progressed. The technology. It's all technology. I mean, like going to the arcade, playing fucking Super Mario Bros. You're like, or Pac-Man. We're like, what is this now? You got like the modern day death one.
Right. Did you? I saw a photo. Love him or hate him. I saw a photo of Tom Brady's first Madden appearance to his current Madden appearance, and it's just insane because he's been in the league so long that his character in Madden 2001 or whatever year is, the graphics in 2001 weren't that great, and nowadays they're almost as realistic as it gets. And the fact that in a short 20 years we can evolve that much makes me really excited for the future.
Yeah. I see. When I was playing the wrestling games, I was never creative. I could never create a good character. I could never. But now it's like, all right, these guys could add this and this and this, and it's just like, or a friend just does it for them now.
Right.
It's like, all right, you got your character. This guy looks really professional. Yeah.
I never tried to be professional in those games. I just tried to add myself into Crime Time's tag team for no reason other than Crime Time was super cool and I loved John Cena and I felt like it was a cool fit.
Yeah. If we could go back and create two hot Steve, two Scotty, two Hottie, that'd be kind of right.
Exactly.
I mean, we just recently seen him. It looks pretty good for his age. Shout out to him.
I would love to wrestle Scotty Too Hottie, even in this day.
Yeah. I was watching a match of his on, I pulled it up and on YouTube and I saw him wrestling Ken Anderson, Mr. Anderson. Oh my God. They hammed it up the whole night. Just the way that they interacted with the crowd. It was just great.
He knows how to do it, man. He gets it.
Yeah. Because when you got to do your role. You got to play your character.
Exactly.
And if you don't play your role, then what are you doing, right? You're gonna be the guy on the opposite of the ring.
No, nobody wants Scotty Too Hottie to come out there and have a 60-minute, 18,000 falsy match.
No,
they want to see him come out there. They want to see him hit his 3 dance moves, and they want to see the worm. Once they see that, happiest fans in the world.
Yeah, and if Rakishi's in the house, then hey, be happy, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll never forget the time I've seen him so many times wrestle. Oh, it's funny just seeing him squash people. And here he is once again. Everett Lee, how are you, sir?
I'm in pain. Just
I know you are. You're
telling
always
you. He dragged you all the way over to the PC.
I know.
Yeah, he did.
But go ahead, Everett Lee. This is Natty Daddy. Try this again. Take 2.
Yeah, my phone, it can't.
It couldn't handle it.
No, it's just a basic phone.
Everett, we were just talking about gaming, growing up, what gaming and stuff. We were just talking about Everett's a gamer, so
nice.
Yeah, well, I got a PS4 sitting right here that's been sitting here for about a year. I put in a game, went to play GTA 5 online one day, and stuck the disc in, loaded up, and all of a sudden it made a noise and it just shot the game out. Like, okay, so I stuck it back in, everything again, started playing, shot it out again, and it's one of the first. I believe it's one of the first models that came out for the PS4, and the first run of the whatever model, and it pretty much it's like almost like the red ring of death from the 360.
You bought a disc gun. Now you just got to start aiming it at people and start shooting the discs at them.
Pretty much. But I play. I think the closest to video games I do play would have to be the Wii U with my daughter. That's it. Wii Sports on the Wii U. That's about yeah. She's gotten good at bowling and other stuff on there. So
you're just gonna have to start pulling out the cheats when you're doing the start out with 10 pins, then 20, 30, 40, 50. That little side game for Wii bowling. On that last one, if you can roll the bowling ball on the bumper all the way past the pins, it drops an invisible boulder and knocks over all the pins.
Really?
Look it up. Super cool cheat, and then you look real cool when you do it.
I've been playing we haven't played it in a while, but what is it, the 100 pin bowling?
That's the one I'm talking about. It has the little cheat there.
I got the highest score on that.
Nice.
Yeah. I got the highest score on that.
Kingpin Everett right there.
Yeah. Kingpin. Yeah, video games. I have a couple handheld like emulator like systems that have like games on it. I got this one. It looks like a PSP and
Everett,
PSP.
Can you take over? Look at this. I'm going to vanish now. See, you get to take over now, Everett. Bye.
He does this. This is where we could talk shit about him.
Right.
So, but there's one of the little handheld emulators that has like about a bunch of games on it. It has like Super Nintendo, Neo Geo, Sega Genesis, Game Boy Advance. It has all these games built into it. And I've been playing, Mario World. Going back playing Super Mario World.
Nice.
Back when I was a kid, that stuff was easy. Now it's hard now. My thumbs, man. I'm getting arthritis playing it now.
I tried to go back and play that somewhat recently, and I remember getting, deep in the game. Now I get to World 2, and I'm like, I got nothing. I'm dead.
I've been watching, my fix for video games. I've been watching Ronda Rousey when she'd get on here and on Facebook Live, and last week I was watching her play the Metroid on Switch.
Nice.
I definitely want to get a Switch now because I do. I want to get a Switch because of that game now, because I was watching her play it. I'm like, wow, I love Metroid. Super Metroid, I tore that up, man, on the Super Nintendo.
Right.
Back in the day. And then I had, on the old Game Boy, I had Metroid 2. I tore that up too, man.
Yeah.
That was always fun to actually play. So,
right. I bought for nostalgia's sake. It was for the PS2. It was called The Warriors, based on the movie in
I remember that
80s, The Warriors. And it's such a niche game because not a lot of people played it, so there's not a lot of copies. So typically the game goes for like $50 nowadays, and I scored it for like 20 off some random dude off Facebook Marketplace. So I stole that, and
nuts.
I have it sitting here, and I'm waiting for my buddy Adam Slade, fellow Lost Boy, to come over to the house so I can have him experience the fun game that is The Warriors. We'll be running around the Coney Island, tagging and having a blast. So I'm super excited for that. And then
one of my favorite movies.
Oh, high quality film. Not enough love.
There's my ringtone.
Nice. Nice.
Living Color fan. Yeah, I forgot to mute it. Yeah, I'll have to call him back. Yeah, my bottom hurts. It's been hurt the last few days. It's a little bit better, but it's not great in the situation I'm in. So I've been out of work for the last few days. So yeah, I was propped up and I was like, yeah, let me try my phone. It just didn't work.
Ain't about it.
Nah. So it's like, might as well just come over to the PC and just do this. I got a cushion, so I'm good now. And all right, we can stop talking shit. David's back.
What?
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
We're just talking about how I've stated I will never do a death match in my life because
really?
my mom raised a bitch. I'm scared of. If I get queasy when I see blood. So like,
okay.
The closest I ever got was I wrestled Matthew Justice in it was technically a death match, but it was far from a death match. There wasn't much blood. There was more blood in me and Justice's first match than there was in our death match.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, being thrown by Josh Bishop. That's also
That too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I remember the first time I wrestled Matt Justice.
Actually, let's tell. Yeah. Does Everett know who these guys are? No. I don't even think that he does.
No, I'm trying to. You know how much wrestling I watched this past weekend? I stated on my podcast last night, David. I said, as much wrestling I watched over this past weekend, I can go into rehab because Friday I watched Southeast First on IWTV. Then I went Saturday and I watched Pro Wrestling Magic, and then Sunday I watched GCW. So I watched a lot of wrestling over the weekend.
And New South as well. Don't forget that, Everett.
New South.
Last week?
No, the Southeast First. New South was part of it. New South, Southern Honor. I don't know if you have a IWTV, Natty?
Yeah.
Yeah. Southeast First. It was great. It was AC Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, congratulations winning that IWTV. I love the name he picked out for the belt, and it was just a great event. That's only like 8 hours from where I live.
Yeah, I used to be a Southeast guy. I was down there for about 2 years. I lived in Savannah, Georgia.
Nice.
So that was only about 4 hours. Because they run out of just north of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tyrone, Georgia, or something like that.
Yes.
Action does at least. And
Everett's is a Florida Daytona guy. So
okay, nice. Oh, you got a Buc-ee's there now. You got a Buc-ee's. That's the important. This is the new part of the podcast. We're talking about Buc-ee's.
Well, I can't. Yeah, we got a Buc-ee's. Yeah, we got Buc-ee's. They built this one just right up the road from where I live, off the Interstate 95 North.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't go in there. I cannot go in there because here's a little backstory with it. My wife's former boss from Sam's Club. Okay. The one that got her, that made her quit. She runs that. So if I go in there after what I said and did, she'd kick me right out.
Nah,
so
trust me, because Buc-ee's is big enough. She won't see you in there. Buc-ee's are huge. You got a whole Hobby Lobby gas station and barbecue restaurant. And you got a bathroom where you can play a football game in. You're good. I've been to that Daytona Buc-ee's. Trust me.
You have.
I'm a connoisseur.
Okay.
Natural Light and Buc-ee's, those are the two things I live by.
But I'll tell you the situation that happened. So they built the new Sam's Club right over next to where that where they built that Buc-ee's, and she was there, and one of the team leads was giving her hell in the bakery. So she basically it wasn't even in her department. She came back there and just started on my wife. So she left. She quit and she left. And then when she told me, I said, "Are you sure you quit?" She said, "Yes." I said, after she told me what happened, I said, "Okay." So I grabbed the phone. I was like, I had her number. I was like, I basically told her, I was like, don't you ever disrespect me or my family again, you effing hypocrite. I called her hypocrite. And I sent it to her. I told her, I was like, you must be proud of yourself because
well, you know what? We don't even have. We don't even have Buc-ee's here. Okay.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I will. I think I will have to go. I will have to wear a disguise and just go in there.
Just put on a fake mustache and some glasses. Unrecognizable.
Actually, if I put on a John Cena shirt, she won't see me.
See? Exactly. You get it. I think they only go as far up north as northern Georgia, and I think they're opening up one in Kentucky, Tennessee area. So they're slowly tiptoeing their way up here.
Nice. Yeah, I figured, hell, I can at least do that. Put on a John Cena shirt and just walk in there. I will. Yeah, if it's that big, I may give it a try because I've seen some of the tumblers and stuff that have Buc-ee on it, and I'm like, man, I'd love to have something like that. Man.
It's a great experience, trust me. And fingers crossed, there's a low chance you'll actually see her there. And they're open 24/7. So realistically, if you just go in late at night, if you think she's a daytime person, you'll be good.
Yeah, I could go in there at 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. I've been in Buc-ee's at 3 a.m. before, and they're still popping, going crazy, having a blast, and I'm dragging my dead body in there, just slumped, grabbing barbecue and beaver nuggets.
Okay, you recommend the beaver nuggets, and what else? What do you recommend if I walk into a Buc-ee's and I want to experience Buc-ee's? What should I get?
Probably minimum of do 5 things. Number 1, go in the bathroom. Greatest bathroom of all time. Like I can, as a man of the road who puts in multiple 12-hour drives a month, Buc-ee's by far has the best bathrooms. They have probably 20 plus urinals and then 20 plus very private stalls, not the rickety doors going to fall off the hinges with a kid crawling underneath it. They're like full walls and then a real door closing you in. They have a bathroom attendant on like call in the bathroom like all day and all night. Like there is someone cleaning that bathroom constantly. So like doesn't apply as much for someone who lives in the town of Buc-ee's, but someone hitting the road can greatly appreciate a clean bathroom. When I'm still 10 hours from home and I have to go, the greatest feeling in the world not to have 18 needles stabbing out the side of where I'm going to grab the toilet paper from. A nice clean bathroom, phenomenal. Number 2, get the barbecue brisket sandwich. High quality barbecue brisket sandwich. Get the beaver nuggets. They're like a brown sugar corn puff almost. They're delicious. Number 4, they have a beef jerky wall. Get some beef jerky of your choice.
Okay.
And then number 5, probably grab an energy drink is what I do, but that's just me because if it's not Natty, I live on an energy drink.
Yeah.
And then just walk through the basically Hobby Lobby / clothing restaurant that they have because there is literally an entire second half that is just a retail side of like, if you can put a beaver on it, they have it.
Overalls to you name it.
You watch GCW this weekend, right, Natty? I mean, yeah. Okay. Did Sam Stackhouse? I had him on the podcast last week. I had him on there, and I was like stoked when I seen Sam Stackhouse show up at GCW. I got Facebook open, and I'm looking at Sam Stackhouse Facebook, and I want to share this right here. I'm dying laughing at this, man, because it is funny. Let's see. Yeah, right here. Check this out. All right. Pull it up, David. Right there. Look at that. That's on his Twitter there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, look what Matt put up there at the top.
Can we blow this all the way up? There we go.
Look at it's Matt's Twitter.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it's Matt's Twitter. Look at the comment he wrote beneath it right there under his Twitter handle.
That's his true saying lately, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he thinks about Mick Foley. I'm dying laughing about that, man. I was looking at it and I'm just like
he lives for it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. And you know, honestly, I'd have to say that Matt is much more hotter now than he was back in WWE because he was hot.
That's what we were saying earlier too. Me and him were talking about that.
Yeah, he was hot. He was hot. He was basically, as Mick Foley put it, he couldn't have said any better. He grabbed that brass ring, but they didn't let him have it because he was there. He was, because if you remember, was it 2010, 11, right around there, 12? He was doing it, man. He could have been someone big, but they pulled the rug out from underneath him. And I feel he's much bigger now than he has ever been being on the indies right now. He
knows how to connect with an audience. He can go and reach millions and millions of people. And the fact that now he has...
That's like Jarrett. That's like Jarrett as well.
Mm-hmm. Now that they have the audience and the ability to perform after connecting with the audience. Back in, like you said, 2010, 11, 12, somewhere in there, he was creating the Internet Championship or whatever belt he was running around with. And, you know, that was one of the most talked about things on, you know, YouTube and that side of things. And you could just never capitalize within the WWE for whatever reasons it may be. And
Natty. Oh, go ahead. I'll finish. I have a question for you.
You're good. I was just going to say that the fact that now he can still portray that same ideas on social media and still benefit from it by getting to perform in ring and do what he does is just phenomenal.
Yeah, it definitely is, man. I definitely agree with you.
I was going to ask you, Natty, when you know, have you ever had a legend in the ring with you? Wrestle any kind of legends?
I've wrestled the WWE's Eugene before.
That was been fun.
It was a blast. It was very exciting for me because Eugene was a great, like, hell yeah, growing up. Yeah. And the fact that I got to wrestle with Eugene in a ring is something that a young me would have never expected or believed if I told him going back in time, telling him, hey man, you get to wrestle Eugene. Trying to think if there's anyone else. I think Eugene's the big one for me. I've shared some locker rooms with some super cool dudes, some super cool legends. Bill Dundee. I was at there was a GCW Wombat show down in Tennessee, the very first one. I was on that show. I wrestled the Smoking Buds on that show, but you know, Bill Dundee was also on that show. There were crazy stories about that.
Bill Dundee, he's a legend, man. He's a legend.
That was the show that Tracy was on, wasn't it? As well.
Tracy
Tracy might have been on the second one. Tracy was on the Nashville show, which was the day after the Wombat show.
Yeah, and then then that building caught on fire or something, right?
Got hit by a tornado. The Basement East.
Damn. Wow.
Which they rebuilt it, which is good. Basement East had tons of shows in there with Southern Underground Pro. Another really great fed. Super great. Got to wrestle there quite a few times as well. Basement
Wombat,
East.
I'll tell you what, Wombat's pretty fun. Good show.
Wombat's a blast. It's characters. It's Bill Dundee coming up in a car that has vinyl print of Bill Dundee on the car. Nothing more exciting than that.
Yeah, Bill Dundee, he's a legend, man. He definitely is. But talk like connecting with the audience and stuff. When you have matches, how do you connect with that audience? Do you listen to the audience, because the audience is the best? Is, they know what they want, and they'll let you know what they want to see. If, for instance, like last night when I was talking to PGA Savage, he had a match against Chris Taylor at Upper Limit Wrestling, and before that match, it was already, he was heel, Chris was face. As soon as he went out there, he got a face reaction, and on the fly, they flipped the script because Chris came out as a heel, and they had to flip the script there because they heard what the audience wanted. How important is that to you with what the audience wants?
Yeah. So
you ever had to flip the script before?
Yeah, absolutely. I am a self-proclaimed real shitty wrestler. I'm just there to hang out with the crowd, and if I just so happen to be in the ring, I just so happen to be in the ring. So fan interaction with me is extremely important. But there have been times where, a promoter asks me to do one thing, and I walk through those curtains and I realize that one thing is not going to happen unless I try really, really hard. And there was one time I wrestled, it's actually in the same building that Wombat runs in, the Gypsy Joe Arena down in Tennessee. Wrestled a guy named Teddy King. Super cool dude. He's retired now. But the promoter wanted me to go out as heel and Teddy go out as face and, do the grapples and stuff. Second I hit the curtain, everyone was all about it. Second Teddy hit the curtain, everyone was not about him. So we just kind of looked at each other and gave the little head nod and realized what we're going to do. And, the unspoken fighting rules of, I'm going to be the good guy.
Right. I love that on the fly that you mix it up that fast, man, because you have the audience to let you know, man. It's amazing how you can do that. It's like wrestling. Anything can happen. Anything can change within a minute. I've experienced.
Yeah, Everett's been backstage and done video graphicing or
nice
work.
Yeah, I worked last year. I worked for CFWE, Championship Family Wrestling Entertainment, out of Lakeland, Florida.
Okay,
I was their production video editor from January to September, and I've seen a lot happen with pretty much a card being set and then changing 3, 4, 5 times, and then even at the show, right before showtime, the card changes right again, right in the middle, cutting promos, filming promos. Pretty much changed. It's a September show, and the main event was supposed to have JDX defend the CFWA heavyweight title against, I forget the person's name, but he couldn't make it. So on the fly, they had to get someone that was equal to him, which worked out great. Which they got Max Dawson, and they're like, Max, you're not being a heel tonight. You're going face, and you're going up against our heel champion. So he cut a promo. He's more natural as a heel than a face, so he had to adjust it and change it up there. And it was a great match. But seeing cards change on the fly, and then seeing matches getting cut during post production there, the booker calls me, Thump Dupree. He's like, cut this match, cut it. So
card is always subject to change.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why they put it on there, man. That's why they put it on there.
Exactly.
But Everett made the camera angles look a lot better professional. He made it look
there
like,
we go.
Yeah.
And no one taught me how to do this either. Because if you watch the January show all the way up to the September show, you see the evolution of it. The best shows out of those 9 months would have to be the May show, Deception, and July would have to be Punishment. That one, DOA. That crowd was hot in August for DOA.
Everett, and if didn't they run it out of a auto garage?
Yeah, body shop. Yeah, they ran out of body shop, man. It looked pretty neat because when you watch.
Can we play a video ever? Let's
play a video.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, pull video up. But yeah, the promoter Thumper Chapman ran it out of body shop right out of Lakeland, Florida. Man, you wouldn't even know it was a body shop. Once the rain came up, the owner moved the cars around, everything. He loved it. The owner of the shop sit there and watch it, and his I think his granddaughter, she loved it. They had to go somewhere one night for one of the shows one month. And they came back late, and she was so disappointed. She did not get to see wrestling that night. That's how much she loved it, man. She was upset. She wanted to see
and also your wife would play concessions, right, Everett? Sometimes.
Yeah, run concessions. Yeah. All right. Here. Let's see. Share screen. Man, this setup is so easy to do on StreamYards rather than there's the pretty much did the logoing right there. Made the logo and stuff for them. I got videos here.
All right, go ahead. Click on one of your good ones, Everett.
All right, let's let me see. There's so many on here. We got matches. All right. Yeah, this one was good right here. This match right here. Yeah. Yeah, I did the music and everything to it and stuff, man. Got the promos and stuff. The match card. Yeah.
Oh, that's you. Oh, you got it up, Everett?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah. We don't need music right now.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Thump Dupree right there, the booker. He did commentary with Tanya Chapman right there. And this is pretty much the main event here. Let me scroll through here. Let's see. Let me fast forward here a little bit. This is a triple threat. You got Vernon Black, the heavyweight champion, going up against who was it here? JDX and Draven Blaze.
Yeah, look at the auto. That's crazy.
There's JDX right there.
Oh, there's the cars in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, see? It's a body shop, man. But you put a ring up, people will come, no matter where it's at, right?
I started out in an auto body shop, so I feel it.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
Yeah. Not a JDX heel. No. He's a great heel, man. He is great. Yeah, I got a hard cam, webcam up at a third cam right there above the entrance shooting out. And then we had 4 cameras this night. We had a freelance photographer, Carlos. Shout out to him. There goes Draven Blaze coming out. Let me get to the match here. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Action. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. So buffering.
Just buffering.
There's the webcam there. There's one of the camera guys. Yep. I don't know what happened there. So the match is about to start. I love how this goes off because Draven, the build up here, Draven and JDX have history, or they had a match in May and they got this rivalry going. Vernon is basically like the third man out. He's like, shoot. He goes, I'll let these guys fight it out. And then once they beat each other down, I'll go in and steal the pin to keep my championship. That was the whole game from this.
Why does that ring look so small?
It's a 18. Actually, I think it's I don't know if it's 16 or 18. It's just how the
angle of the
angle is. And the promoter, Thumper Chapman, he built that ring. He built it. He built it by by hand. It has like when they're putting it up, I've seen it put up a bunch of times just by the planks. I mean, just it has wooden planks. But I pretty much
look at this guy wailing on him.
yeah, Draven's just wailing on JDX. Now look to see Vernon. He's sitting there and he's like, I ain't, he's waiting to pick. He's playing it smart. But I pretty much edit this match together with the camera angles and stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think, Nate?
It's pretty. He's trying to look at it. He's like, hey, he's grabbing a beer.
Yeah. This ain't bad, is it?
No.
Got the camera cuts.
I learned that all on my own, man. The camera cuts.
Got to be careful. Can't get to Fed status. The Fed's throwing way too many camera cuts these days.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every time you blink.
Yeah, Facebook's doing something. Doing something.
Well, yeah. I cut the footage where I felt like it needed to be cut at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You just got to go off feels. That's all you can do.
Mm-hmm. Like, I mostly stayed with the roam cam here because the action's right outside here. And then I switch it back and forth. You got two guys on both sides. You want to get different angles there. You don't want the other angle where the other guy's sitting there. You see, it's like, what's he doing? You don't want the guy's back while he's choking someone.
You want the camera in your face when you're wrestling, right, Nate?
Right here,
yep.
Ooh, right there, in your
face,
in your house.
Yeah. But when you want to punch the guy in the video camera, it's like, all right, I get.
Yeah,
I'm sure you hate that, Nate, when the camera guys are just like right in your way. Sometimes you're like, oh, come on, right? You know what I mean? Like there's right in your way of doing a move. You're like, excuse me.
They like to move out the way most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, a cameraman will catch a spare foot to the face or eat at some. Mouse for the most part. My boy Mouse wrestling photography. Shout out Mouse.
Shout out to Mouse. Great.
He knows to move. If I'm coming near him, he gets out the way real quick.
Yeah, Chris knows how to move, and Earl knows how to move. They know all how to move. Yeah. Shout out to all the great camera guys. Yeah.
There was this one guy that came in. His was called the Beast. He came in with Christian Mills. This guy's like almost 7 foot tall, man. He came in and Christian Mills was the cruiserweight champion for CFWE, and he pretty much created like a group called the Ministry, and he had Riley Crow with him, the Beast, and when the Beast was introduced at this show, man, the crowd went crazy when they saw this guy come walking in. He's like 6'8". The guy's big, man. He's huge. He just steps over the ropes, man, like it's nothing. But yeah, I had to learn this all on my own, how to cut this, how to cut video and do stuff, man. No one taught me. I watched a lot of independent wrestling shows. I took from different independent wrestling shows how they did stuff, man. Because I didn't want to do WWE or AEW because that's the obvious. I wanted to see what's out there that caught my eye from a production point of view, how they did stuff. So I took all that and incorporated, and this is what came of it right here. And the promoter, he loved it, and
nice.
And the booker loved it. What's your thoughts on so far what you see?
Yeah, looks good. I mean, overall, cuts look good. Back and forth, like you said, keeping the action focused in's good. Something you can't control, the lighting, but like I said, you can't control that.
Nah, that's the thing with the lighting there. It just basically you had that light up there, and you pretty much had other lights up there too. But I mean, it worked, man. Crowds came in for this.
Yeah.
They came into this, man. They came here to watch it, and they loved it. So,
oh, look at that 1, 2, 2.
Yeah. Ooh, kick to the face. I'll go back and watch this stuff. I'll go back and watch it and just be like, wow, I was like, I can't believe I pulled this stuff off, but I did. I did. I pretty much did.
Now going back to like watching stuff, Nate, Natty, like WWF, ECW, WCW. Was that a big part of you too as well? WCW era?
Yeah, a little bit of the WCW. I was WWE and then a little bit of ECW more than WCW. WCW was, I don't know if I just didn't have TBS at the time, in all honesty, or if my dad just didn't watch it at all. But to my knowledge, I didn't know anything about WCW until after they were acquired and then going back afterwards. Like I said, playing NWO versus WCW Revenge was about the closest that I had to experience. And in all honesty, I thought it was just a knockoff WWE game that stole some of the WWE wrestlers. But ECW was super cool and obviously edgy, and they had a working relationship with the Fed. So like I had a little bit more knowledge of, ECW. And then unfortunately I remember the ECW reboot, which created good people, but the reboot was not great. But it had Kelly. That's what's important. A very young Brad really enjoyed Kelly.
Yeah. She married a hockey player.
Yeah. My heart's still broken. It's fine. I thought I was marrying her, even though I was like 12 at the time.
I remember Kelly. I remember, what was it from the ECW? They had Kelly, they had Layla, they had Brooke. They had all three of them there. And then I remember the relaunch of the ECW. Remember the ECW Zombie?
Yeah.
I already passed away a few years ago.
Probably.
Yeah, he was around a lot. He did a lot of wrestling on the East Coast, though. He ran around the East Coast area for bookings because he was that desperate, or the promoter guy, the booker guy, whoever had handled him,
Yeah. Hey, do you remember this game right here? Let me we're talking about video games, and when you said ECW, I thought about this. So you remember this game?
Yep. I thought you were gonna pull up Backyard Wrestling.
That's another one.
That game was great.
That game, and shout out to KG on work on that.
I'm a firm believer that if I always tell people when they're naming wrestlers that if they weren't on Wrestling Society X or Lucha Underground, I don't know who they are. Because Wrestling Society X, greatest 10 episodes of wrestling ever. I remember the DVD set. Yeah, I have that DVD set somewhere still laying around.
Lucha Underground?
No, Wrestling Society X.
Wrestling Society X. Why have I heard of that before?
Because it was on MTV. They had random pop punk bands on commentary, like Green Day, Good Charlotte, All Time Low, like all of these pop punk bands did commentary for them.
Vampiro was a part of that, and
I remember that now. Yeah,
okay, pull it up, Everett. Let's pull it up.
You need the very first episode. You guys have to go back and watch. I tell everybody the first episode has Evan Bourne, Matt Sydal versus Jack Evans, I think.
Yes.
And then the second match on the card is the Wrestling Society X Rumble, which is a Royal Rumble style match where once everybody is in the ring, it turns into a ladder match while also being an over-the-top rope battle royal with explosives and tables around the ring.
Oh, can you find that, Everett? I bet you're pulling it up right now.
Found a playlist of the complete series, man.
Yes.
Seth Rollins was in there too. Whoa.
No way.
X-Pac, Vampiro.
It's Six-Pac. Six-Pac was in there.
Six-Pac. Yeah, Six-Pac.
But yeah, Tyler Black was in there. Jimmy Jacobs teamed with Seth Rollins as doing Teddy it for her.
Teddy Hart when he was really doing his thing, you know.
I go out of my way to talk to anybody who was on this show. So I bug Matt Cross about it all the time. MDog20. He was on there. Dude. He teamed with the other guy as the Filth and the Fury. Team Dragon Gate was great. Who else?
Oh wow!
Nate Webb was on there. 10 episodes. That's it. They were canceled before the 10th one even aired. It had 2 death matches. They only showed 9 episodes on TV, but the 10th episode was an exploding cage death match between Team Dragon Gate and the Filth and the Fury, and then there was a piranha death match between I think it was Los Pollos Guapos and I can't remember who their opponent was. But Nate Webb, Eric Cannon.
I totally forgot that Nate was a part of that. Yeah,
he was in the Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah, Trailer Park and Jerry in the episode of Jerry as well. Springer.
I think John Wayne Murdoch was on an episode of Jerry too.
Yeah, him and Mickey Ducks.
One man
Mickey
crew.
Knuckles
he was
on
also
Jerry.
Yeah. He was on
Knuckles was on Wrestling Society Extra, which was an MTV exclusive on their website. So they would show like a post-show match, and it was only on MTV.com. And Mickey Knuckles was in one of those, if I remember correctly.
Oh, nice.
Like I said, you're good.
Talking about old TV shows. Do you remember? What was it? WWE Livewire. Remember that? Back when the internet started like getting in the early 2000s, they had, I think WWE had some kind of internet show that ended up being something like, if I can remember, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I remember like Livewire. I remember stuff like that there. I remember Velocity. Remember WWE Velocity? I mean,
I only care about Velocity. That's like my favorite WWE content because 5-7 minute matches, they just going hard. Nothing but like Hoovy and Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio,
or going back to like the Sunday Night Heats. You know, come on, Booker T versus Steve Austin. Booker T versus Steve Austin in the grocery store match. Come on.
Yep.
That was my favorite. My father, God rest his soul. He loved Stone Cold, man. He loved Stone Cold. He did.
And I'll tell you the story. Natty, a story behind that as well. That Sunday Night Heat, Christmas rolls around. Guess where I am? At that WWF restaurant. At the WWF
New York.
Yeah, and Taz and Christian were on the microphone. Or no, Taz and Michael Cole. And I stood right behind them, and they were telling us, they're like, okay, guys, we're going to be here live. You know, we're doing this live around the world. I didn't realize, you know, I'm excited. I'm going to be on TV. And so me and Taz were doing like during commentary during, what is it? Was it Brian Knobs? No. Chuck Colombo. There was a Chuck Colombo match.
Yeah.
And so we were doing like, who's the master of the figure 4? Ric Flair. Woo! We would do like really get the crowd going behind us. So it's funny.
That's cool. I was watching wrestling today. I was watching Defy Wrestling. I watched, I think, one of my favorite Darby Allin matches. I watched Darby Allin versus classic Cody Chun. Man. Yeah, from Defy Wrestling. You familiar with Defy Wrestling, Natty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going through IWTV. I was like, I want to see some Defy Wrestling because there's still a lot of episodes I haven't seen on there yet. I pulled it up, and I pulled up that episode, and the main event was Darby Allin versus Classic Cody Chun. Man, that they told a hell of a story. And Darby Allin, both these guys, they threw it in there. It's up on YouTube right here. I'm looking at it. You ever get a chance to watch it there? It's great. There's another one I want to watch there because I thought it was the one where he did the coffin drop off the balcony. I think it was the one where he wrestled against Shane Strickland. If I
remember, I remember when Darby Allin first came to the compound for Game Changer Wrestling when they first had their building. You know, that little hole in the wall building. And he actually was on a little platform, jumped off a little platform. It was like one of those crazy matches. I think it was like Jimmy's birthday, I believe it was. Jimmy fucking Lloyd's birthday, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
if you want a good blend of just about everything, Paradigm Pro Wrestling out of Jeffersonville. They bring in a lot of East Coast, West Coast, Southern, high combination of everything. They got a lot of good content on IWTV. That's actually where I wrestled Jonathan Gresham. I don't do much.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about, he had wrestled Jonathan Everett.
Oh, hell. Man, you see that match he had against who the hell? Adam Priest at New South?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, pure wrestling match. That was great. Both those guys tore it up, man. They did. I enjoyed that right there. I love seeing every once in a while just a pure wrestling match where they only get 3 rope breaks.
Yep.
And I love those type of matches because you really have to you get technical with it, man. And I'm gonna have to check that match out. It's on IWTV, right?
Yep, it's Summer on Lock, I think, was the show name for PPW, Paradigm Pro Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 months before, I wrestled Blake Christian there. That's where I've wrestled Matt Justice 3 times. Like I said, that first show, he broke my nose. Hit me in the nose with a trash can lid. Gushing blood. And then he threw a 30-pack of Natty at my head and bounced off my head, went in like the 5th row. Took out a couple fans, but then the fans were just ripping apart the case, just stealing my beer.
Wow.
Then I wrestled him for for Satan's belt. What's that company's name? Blackcraft. I wrestled him for the Blackcraft Championship in a Stairway to Hell match.
Blackcraft. Oh, that's my friend Ray was working with that promotion. Bill from VOW.
Gotcha.
Yep. Shout out to.
No way.
Yeah.
But I wrestled Justice for that, and then we finished it off with a Clockwork Orange death match in Indianapolis for I think it was when the Collective ran in Indy.
Yes.
It was the midnight show, and
I remember that.
I finally beat him after 2.5 times of him whooping my ass. So that was fun.
Wow. So I want to go back. To that right there. Where you got your nose broken. Who was it again you were with?
Matthew Justice.
Okay. So it was just a regular match, or what type of match was it again? It was hardcore.
It was called the Heavy Hitters Tournament. And I think it was just it was technically a no DQ match. And we were at the world famous Jefferson Arena.
Beautiful place. Yeah.
It's a place.
Yeah.
It is a place. And we were brawling, we were fighting. There's a random staircase in the building. Brawling up the staircase. He went to hit me in the head with a trash can lid. On the way up, he just smacked me in the face with it, still hit me in the head. I rolled down a flight of stairs. I'm laying on the ground. I'm like touching my face. I'm like, all right, nothing's broken, nothing's bleeding. I'm good. And then all of a sudden I just felt warmth. And I touched my face again, looked at my hand, realized there's blood. I said, my mom raised a bitch. I'm quitting wrestling. I'm walking out of this building right now. This ain't it, Chief. I quit. And then I breathed. This has all happened in the matter of like 7 seconds. But like in my head, this is the 30-minute conversation with myself. I calmed myself down on the 8th second, and I'm like, I can do this. I can, figure this out. Right. Then he beats me up some more, climbs on top of, they have a crane machine, and hits me with another steel chair or something off the crane machine. We almost got the company thrown out the arena because you're not supposed to climb on the crane machine. He got in big trouble for that. Finished the match and still contemplated quitting wrestling because that hurt a lot, and my nose is still crooked because of it, because I'm a bitch.
Damn. Now he took it. He took your 12-pack and threw it, bounced it off your hand, and it flew out in the crowd.
Yeah. So I started beating him up. I started coming back, and I put him in the corner, and I was going for a coast to coast. And I climb up on the top rope. I'm about to do a coast to coast, and I pinned a case of beer on his face before hitting the coast to coast. He just ripped it out, yeeted it across the ring, smacked me in the head, bounced off my head, went 5th row.
Damn.
And I'm pretty sure it was a 30-pack, maybe a 24. I can't remember. I got hit in the head. There's footage of all this. We straight up almost got kicked out of that building because of that match. But it was match of the year for that company, so that's all that matters.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, yeah, match of the year. Yeah, I would take that. I would definitely take that. I mean, hell, you did.
Is that out? Is that out there to watch?
Yeah, it's on IWTV. It's the first heavy hitters tournament.
First heavy. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to like pull that up and watch that, man. Like Dusty Rhodes said, get some color in the match.
I also went through a door. I think I got hit with an FU from inside the ring to outside the ring through a door.
Wow.
I took an ass beat in that match.
Damn.
Doors are I'll tell you what, the doors are the new tables of the era.
They are.
Yeah.
They
are. Now I do gotta ask you this. Okay. After the match, you go to the back. What did you talk to Matthew? Did you talk to him? What was the reaction from everyone in the locker room? And
oh, sorry, I did this to you, man.
What was that like?
I mean, I think he said, "Hey, man, did I catch you?" Yeah. All right, my bad. Yeah, it's all good, man. And then we just boogied on in separate ways. Like, I didn't sign up for a game of chess. Like, unfortunately, I am a bitch, but like at the same point, like, I expect things to happen. So whatever happens, happens.
Right. It's wrestling. Anything happens. Wow. That is great. I mean, just getting bust open, getting your own case of beer thrown at you, and then having a match of the year. When it was announced to you that this was match of the year, what was first thought that came to your head about that?
Oh, I mean, as high and mighty as it sounds, I knew it. It was a great match, and people enjoyed it, and it was what the fans in that area wanted. They wanted a crazy fest of violence, and that's what they got.
Nice. I love it, man. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. I know David's gonna be checking it out too, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
You have to watch the full trio of matches. The Heavy Hitters 1. I think the second one was on Heavy Hitters 2, and then the third one was, like I said, what was the name of it? Like Midnight Marauder or something. It's the one that was on the Collective in Indianapolis.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, there's so much coming. But let's take this home. What do you say we go home now, huh? I'm ready to call it a night. I got to get up at 5 something.
Yeah, I feel that.
Where can we Where can everybody reach you at? Natty Daddy.
Facebook is Bradley Prescott the fourth. Instagram is Bradley Prescott IV. And then Twitter is Natty_light_HW. And because I'm not smart, if I was a smart man, I would just make them all the same, because then I could say at all social medias at enter this. But no, let's make it complicated. It's like a treasure hunt, finding my content. On Twitter, I just pitch my stupid ideas, like the one I thought of today. Why isn't a promotion ran 3 singles matches at the same time? And the winner, whoever wins the singles match first, wins. So it's kind of like a triple threat. It's kind of like a singles match, but it's not either of them. Why not?
What else you got going on? Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say you'll appreciate this one. Have you guys heard my idea of a 5-ring death match?
Mm-mm.
All right, so I have this whole theory here. I'm gonna grab my mic and I'm gonna bring it in real close. So I have this whole theory. You guys have heard of no ring death matches, right?
Yeah.
What if we flip that on its head and we ran a 5-ring death match? So basically what it is there's 5 rings, and the rings are in the shape of like a 5 on a die. So like 4 and then 1 in the center. Basically, to make it even more fun, none of the rings are the same size. One ring, it's going to be an 18 by 18. Second ring, 16 by 16. Third ring, 20 by 20 fed. Like I want a former WWE ring. Fourth ring, it's going to be a 12 by 12 low boy for like micro wrestling. And then in the center is going to be the 6-sided TNA Impact ring. What's going to happen is at the same time, there are 4 separate death matches going on. In one of them, there's going to be traditional, whatever you want to call a death match. Number 2, there's going to be a shit tons of glass death match. Number 3, this is the death match I'm in, is going to be the foam party death match, where it's only foam items and there's no blood allowed, and I'm going under. And then in the 12 by 12 micro ring is going to be a Hoss tag battle, where you have to be over 6'5" and 350 to be in the match. So it's just going to be 4 behemoths in this tiny ring battling it to the basically death. The winner of these 4 matches go on to the 6x6 TNA ring to have a fatal 5-way death match. And the winner of that is the King, Queen, Champion, Instagram famous deathmatch champion of the world. So whatever deathmatch company wants to take that, you can have it. I just expect at least a 15% cut of all ticket sales. Thank you.
Nice.
That's cool. That's a cool concept. I like it.
That is, man. That is a really cool concept.
If you want the most useless concepts that would never work in wrestling, I got like 80 more of them. Just let me know and I'll let you know. But you can find me, like I said, not this weekend, but the first weekend in February. Naptown All Pro is a great up and coming company ran by J Rose and company. Super cool idea. They're building something awesome in Indianapolis. Then followed by Summit Pro, ran by TJ Kemp. Another great company doing super cool stuff in the greater Indianapolis area. Mm-hmm. I'm just excited that I don't have to drive super far and I get to hang out with a bunch of my friends. Mm-hmm. So I get to drink a lot. That's the best part.
Nice.
And you'll never know where you'll be. You'll pop up at a GCW. You never know.
Yep, that's what I do. I'll just randomly show up at a show. You'll never know when I'm coming, but I'll be there. It's what the Lost Boys do.
Nice.
I want to say thank you for coming on.
Yeah, Daddy. I appreciate you guys having me on. Thank you so much.
We'll do this. Yeah, we'll do this again.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for pulling me in my state of pain right now. I appreciate that.
You're always my pain. So hey, come on.
Can I plug something, please? Can I plug something? Come on, you pulled me in here, man.
All right, go ahead.
My ass is killing me. Sorry, it slipped.
Damn ass,
man.
There Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Everett, wait. Damn.
Where's that? You won't? Okay, I'll give it to you right here.
I don't have it.
I do. If it pulls up here, bam! There you go. Yeah, my ass is just killing me right now.
All right, Everett.
All right.
Okay. Plug.
Everett Lee Show, Tuesday night, 8:00 p.m., 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I think that's about right. 3 hours behind, somewhere in there, between 5 and 4 Pacific. Everett Lee Show, Podbeam live stream. You can listen on the Podbeam app on your phone. Download the Podbeam app on your phone. Create a username, and you can interact and listen. Or if you're on a PC, you can follow the link on social media on my Everett Lee Show Facebook page, Everett Lee Show, and on Twitter at the Everett _Lee. You'll be able to listen on the PC, but you won't be able to interact, as David found out last night. So get the app on your phone, and you get a lot of other podcasts on there too, as well. But I just want to throw that out there. I'm going to have a show next week with a great guest.
Yes. But what do we have? Me and you have a podcast coming up too, as well, don't we?
Oh yeah. So, Natty, check this out. So I'm not getting dragged in like I did before on David's podcast, which I don't mind. But there you go. But next week, next Wednesday night, I think it is on.
Yes. Tuesday. Tuesday?
Yeah, actually February 8th, Tuesday night. Or no, not Tuesday night. No, February 9th, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. February 9th, Wednesday night, February 9th at 8 p.m. Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast. David C. Russell with co-host Everett Lee. We're going to have the TCW Tag Team Champions on. We're going to have PJ Savage and Ransom, the front line, talking about their match coming up on February 12th for Titan Championship Wrestling as they defend the tag team titles against Ross and Bradley. I've remembered. Ha! So tune in on February 9th, Wednesday night, 8 p.m. on Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast.
And that's right. And that's going to be a hot show that night, Everett, because it's the 20th. Oh, gosh. It's an anniversary show. We're actually celebrating Monster Mac's 25th year in the business. It's a show all for the Monster Mac himself. So, Steve Monster Mac, this night's going to be dedicated to you. And all the matches are going to be great. They're just threw up in a cool flyer just recently tonight and announced that the former worldwide JP Jersey All Pro Wrestling, one of the original announcers is going to make an appearance. I'm excited for that. Mark Clemson, be ready for that. It's good. And a whole bunch of other Low Life Louis is going to be. There's so many matches that are going to be announced and hidden surprises as well. Nice. It's a local wrestling federation by my house. So I'll be excited.
There we go.
So
nice.
I'll be
nice.
But if you can't attend the show, they will be also available to be watched on mobfitv.com. Mobfitv.com. You can purchase the app for like $10 and watch it on your phone. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
And that's it. Oh, but David, what do you got coming up on this weekend as well? David. Okay. That's right. On Sunday night, this Sunday night at 8 p.m., I will have professional wrestler, independent wrestler Tiberius Assassin on, and I'll be talking with him and see what he's about and much more. And stay tuned Monday night as well. I will have the Reverend Ronnie Roberts on. I'll be talking to him and see what he's about and much more. And of course, Wednesday night with frontline members in Everett Lee. We will be doing a podcast. Tune in for that, and thank you for coming on, everybody. Everybody, tune in to talk wrestling, and let's have fun. As always, support independent wrestling, and drink a cold beer on us from the Natty one himself, Natty Daddy.
I got a Coke. Good night.
Good night. Okay. All right. I hate this crap. All right. All right, here we go. Good night.
You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: deathmatchrussell.com, follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32.
Instagram at DavidNJ36. Hey, wrestling fans, I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level, a symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street fashion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code DeathmatchRussellPodcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion.
Me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share, and on Twitter at Podcast City Net.
Also on Johnner's Wrestling Podcast Network, www.wrestlingwithjohners.com.
You can hear Deathmatch Russell podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.
Hey, Natty, thank you for coming on, my friend.
Of course. Yeah, I appreciate it.
We'll do it again. We'll do another one down the line.
Awesome. Sounds good. We'll have to get all the Lost Boys on here together.
Yeah, we can. Absolutely. Let's do that.
Me, Hoodfoot, Chase, and Slade. It'll be a crazy time.
Oh, all right. let them know they're more than welcome. Let's do it.
Sounds good. I appreciate it, man.
Because Everett talks some good stuff. He knows his stuff. Like,
good.
And I liked how he really pulled you some good stuff too. So
hell yeah,
it's pretty. Yeah. All right. You have a good night, and I'll have this up.
You too.
Loaded. Yep.
Awesome. Thanks again, man. Later.
Yep. Later.